Hey everyone, I'm Nate.
And I'm Abby.
We're the TheRcSaylors, and believe it or not, we're at our airfield today. You know, it doesn't look like it behind me, but our field has had a little project going on. And they're building an RC stand for our RC track. Just wanted to show you guys a little update while we share with you what came in this big box. This is a GPS brushless camera drone. We'll have this link for you in the description box below. I wanted to share everything that comes in the box with you guys, and then we're going to fly it and really put it to the test. Now, you do get your charger right off the bat here, and you will need a converter for that. We found some great converters online. We'll link those in the description box below as well for you. So be sure to pick a converter up from European to US if you live in America and you're watching this. And let's just go ahead and get the drone out, because that's what everybody wants to see. Here it is. This is a GPS drone with actual brushless motors. Now we have to install our props still, but all those motors feel pretty good. Not bad at all. And then we have our mounted camera on the bottom with some rubber grommets to help dampen vibrations. And it comes with its own camera, this little FPV cam. It's a Wi-Fi FPV camera. This little cord plugs into the side, and then you need a micro SD card to record. Now, we did bring, because I'm sure this camera isn't going to do amazing. I mean, I can just tell, you know, it's very lightweight, it's very affordable, we'll say. It might be okay. We don't know. That's what we're going to test out today. But just because I wanted to take it up a notch and people will ask, Abby and I brought this new little action cam that we're going to test on the channel really soon. But as a size reference, I wanted to show you that it does fit in here. So very quickly, this is how easy it is to take the camera out that comes with it. You just pop that little switch, the bottom opens, camera comes out, new camera goes in, and it just snaps right in place.
And that is a GoPro size camera.
That's
so
right.
If you have a GoPro
Should
size,
fit.
Anything, or GoPro itself, it'll fit.
But if not, check out our review when we do this very soon on the channel. Okay, now what else do we have in here? We have the transmitter. This is, of course, an altitude hold drone, so the throttle stick is spring loaded, and quite a few buttons going on down here. Nothing is really labeled, so we're going to need to refer to our instruction manual. 2 buttons up here, but it's a large, full-size, kind of like an RC plane hobby grade size transmitter. It's a pretty big transmitter. It takes 6 AA's in the back here. You could do rechargeable, but anyway, there's the transmitter. It looks pretty good, feels pretty good. The battery that's included with all of this is actually a 3-cell. That's 3 cells, 11.1 volts, 2200 milliamp LiPo battery. That is a good size. That's what I fly in pretty much all of my RC planes. That is a very good, very common hobby grade battery. The only downside, in my opinion, is this comes with a banana plug on here. You could easily get a converter for this to make it Dean's or something, and then put a little converter in the drone too. We have the instructions that has the QR code you'll need to install the Wi-Fi FPV app, and then the instructions here that tell you what the buttons do. We also have our phone holder. I don't think a full-size phone is going to fit in there. It's pretty small. And then the last thing in here are 4 spare props, and oh no, yeah, the props and the 4 spare props. So we're going to install the props, get this in the air, and test fly it for you guys. All right, everyone, we are bound up. Everything was nice and easy. It did take Abby and I probably maybe 3 minutes to try to get everything calibrated, because it was our first time. It was a different type of calibration where you had to rotate the quadcopter on its side over and over. It was kind of interesting. So now let's press film. You should have some video indicator on screen now, because I have an indicator telling me it's recording to the SD card, and a timer counting the video recording. So down and out on both sticks will start our motors. Nice little brushless motors. And let's take off and see how it sounds.
Whoa, missed that.
Sorry, a little fast. That was all me. I'll come down a little bit. Okay, now we have a GPS on this drone, but no visual positioning, so we'll probably see a little bit of what they call toilet bowling, where it kind of goes around and around a bit on its own. So far it's not It actually looks like it's holding really well, and I just want to show you guys. I'm 100% hands-free. And that is pretty outstanding. To be honest, that's really good. I was not expecting it to do that good. My video quality on my phone, the Wi-Fi FPV, is great. I realize that my camera angle has the props and motors in there, but I like that camera angle because as I fly forward, I can still see where I'm going.
So this isn't a gimbal setup, it's
Right.
just you pick the angle that you want.
I could have adjusted it down some or up some more, but I chose this angle because I thought it'd be pretty good. Keep in mind, your own GoPro style camera will fit in here. And there's me and Abby filming away.
But then you have to use that particular camera's app to get a
Yes.
live feed.
Now, a great thing about this transmitter, really great thing, I really want to show you. So Abby, if we can get a shot, this would be awesome. Down here, see if you can get a shot of all that.
If you bring it closer, they could actually read it.
Okay, I wasn't sure of the distance.
Okay.
You good?
Yeah.
Up here we have a satellite count. Over here we have the voltage on our transmitter and the drone. It cycles back and forth. Here we have a compass telling us the direction that the drone is facing. Very nice. Down here we have the rate or the speed at which it's flying. So as I cruise over, it should adjust the speed. Here we have height and distance. I'm not sure that the speed is working. It's stuck on zero. But the height, it says 3 meters, which is pretty accurate, and the distance is 22 meters away. That's really awesome. Really awesome. Let's go a little higher. This is a GPS drone. I trust it to fly a little higher than most toy grade drones. It's doing a really good job. So we're gonna give you guys a nice view. Abby, you don't have to kill yourself to get that shot, because we should have some footage here. Now it says we are 32 meters high, 27 meters away. I'm just gonna rotate around really slow, let everyone see what this drone can do. GPS drone, this is kind of the stuff you wanna do. Now, my Wi-Fi FPV looks great. I could sacrifice that with a nice action cam and fly line of sight, but I'm able to see exactly what, like I can point over here and say, hey, look at the power lines off in the distance, the tower. So, you know, I can see what I'm actually filming this way, although I'm sure the camera quality isn't anything to write home about. Like now I can tell you that I know the drone is facing the new gravel pad over there that the company put in to park big cranes on here in a little bit. That's what the rumor is, that's what they're going to do over there. So, you know, not a great camera, but the Wi-Fi FPV is actually working really well. Now I'd like to test a few of the features. We do have different rates, so I'm going to bring the drone down some.
Wait, you should do a return to home.
Okay.
Because it's GPS, so it should be fairly accurate,
yes,
right?
let's test it out. I'm gonna let it hover there for a second just to make sure I have the right buttons.
You passed it
Because
already.
unfortunately they are not labeled. So I gotta learn.
There it is.
Gotta learn the buttons.
So Nathan is standing here with the transmitter on the ground,
Yes.
reading the instruction manual.
Yeah. And I know we have a
That's
return
pretty
to
good.
home.
When you
It
can
is
do that,
great.
it's pretty good.
There's follow and surround. We will try those. Here is one button return. 17 is right there in the middle. Okay, that's good. That makes sense. So I'm going to press that. And I just touched it. It's beeping to let us know it's coming back. It is very fast.
It's like right over us.
Yes, so don't worry about filming too much. And it looks like it's coming down now, so that's really cool. I'm going to let it do a complete land. It's doing great so far. I'm very impressed with this drone. So I'm not touching anything. Be careful it doesn't get you there, Abby.
I'm not watching, so don't let it get me.
Okay. Now, as it got down a little closer, it slowed down, I noticed, and it's going even slower now. Look at that. That was all it.
That's good.
One nice thing that I've noticed about this drone, let me turn that off, is that as soon as it touches the ground, I mean the second it touches the ground, let me demonstrate this for you. I want to take off again. Now watch this. Let me go out a bit so it's easier for Abby to film. The second this drone touches the ground, the motors stop. Watch this. So we're going to go down and
Oh, you messed it up.
Yeah, I did something different. The last time, still, that was very impressive on the return to home. Most of the time when these drones hit the ground, like a cheaper, affordable budget GPS drone, they kind of bounce around and really struggle to land. But even in the wind, this one is not struggling at all. Let's see this one more time. That was very cool. I want to do another return to home really fast. I just hit the button. So what it likes to do is fly up to a certain height, which looks like 5 meters high. I'm guessing that's about 20 to 30 feet. And then it comes down. And again, I'm not touching the controls at all. That's why you hear that beeping. And watch this landing. Look at that. That is great. I gotta hit the button again to turn the beeping off. Now I have a few other things. We have circle me and follow me. Let me see. Let me make sure I got the right one. I don't want to get it wrong. Follows on top, surrounds on bottom. So let's see if it works. I'm going to try follow me with this drone. I'll be impressed if this works.
Have fun.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is just fly out.
You probably need to face it toward you.
Yep. I'm going to face it toward me. And let's try follow me. I'm going to hit the button. Okay, it is on it. But for some reason it's pointed off to the side a little bit. It did that on its own, but let me just walk around and see if it'll go.
It's going. Whoa. Now.
Okay, it's actually working. I haven't touched a single control. Now the one thing I question is the way it's pointing. So what I'm going to try to do is actually use yaw. See, I'm in frame there.
It definitely wasn't a smooth follow me.
No, not at all. let me use the yaw. I'm changing the yaw. You see that? So I've adjusted it now to where I'm more in frame. It's a little bit my fault that the camera is angled up as much as it is. If I angled it down here,
it is your fault.
it would be a better view of follow me.
Probably more accurate.
More accurate. So let's try that again. Now that I'm in frame, I want to do follow me again.
Walk straight out this time.
Well, they're flying, so.
Oh. It's just a helicopter. A little one. I have too close of a lens to be able to follow you very well. But he's not very far away from it. He's probably only like 20 feet, 15 feet or so away from it, but with my lens it just doesn't look like that.
Let's be fair here. It is not a great follow me,
no.
But it is working.
It's working.
It's just impressive. Now I'm going to hit that button again to turn it off. And now let's try. Oh, I wanted to try the rates before I do circle me. Okay. So let's go basic rates. Okay, here is rate 1. Which is a great cruising speed for a GPS drone. You see, that is full throw. Okay, that is as far over. That's as fast as I can get it to go in this rate.
Yaw for me.
No, okay, here's yaw. Full yaw. Now, let's try. I'll just face it the other way, just for a little different shot. Increased rates. It tells me on my transmitter that I'm in the higher rate.
Do some yaw right here.
Okay, here's yaw. Sorry, let's go back to it. I feel like the yaw is the same.
Yeah.
But now let's look at the rates and look how much tilt we have.
Oh yeah.
Quite a bit. So it's a lot faster. Personally, flying a GPS drone, here we'll go one more time. Oh, it's actually, I think doing return to home, the battery must be low.
It's always hard to see the lights and stuff.
It flew up on its own.
What's your transmitter say for the battery?
It says 8.1 volts, so it probably is getting a little bit low. It flew up on its own. That was odd. I didn't do that. Let's test the rates again.
It's not doing anything now.
No.
So does it just have 2 rates?
Yes, 2 rates. I want to go back to rate 1 because that's the more enjoyable rate when flying a GPS drone. Better video. I just think that when you fly a GPS drone like this, you just kind of want to cruise around some. Now the lights on the drone aren't blinking, so we may have a slightly low battery. we'll just keep track of it, keep an eye on it. I do want to test the Circle Me, so let's come down and do the Circle Me. I've got to be careful that it's not a wide circle, because I don't want it to hit anything.
That should be a good height.
I think it's a good height, and I think that's a pretty good distance.
Okay.
So let's hit Circle Me. Now I just tapped it, may have to hold it. Also, if the battery's low,
it might not
let it work. So let me hold it. Try one more time. Nope, I would say our battery is low.
Yeah, it's not gonna let you do it.
I can test that theory by pressing follow me.
And see if it works.
See if it works. So it looks like it's working. It is working.
Well, that's interesting.
It is interesting. Very nice that I have an indicator on my screen that says F.M. Follow me. I hit that and it's off. I really like that.
But when you did Circle Me mode, did it do that?
Well, it says surround and there's a compass that goes up on the screen. Let me just, there, it's flying up again on its own. Could this be the return to home? Yes, it is.
Battery's
coming back right on top of us. I would say that's why that feature did not work for us.
It's like on top of us.
Yeah. It's back up. It's coming down on its own. I'm doing auto landing all by itself. You can still adjust the yaw as it's coming down. Okay, let me hit video. Okay. All right, let's talk about the big pros and cons of this drone. Now, I want to point out before I even summarize the flight time, which was very impressive. According to her phone, it had been filming for about 13 minutes. And that probably means about a 11 to 12 minute flight. Before we started filming for you guys, we spent probably around 3 to 5 minutes messing with it, calibrating the compass to make sure it was properly calibrated so we could follow through with the video. I'd say it got a grand total of 1 minute to 2 minutes of flight time before we started filming. So we're almost touching 15 minutes of flight time. That's very impressive. I think that that is a big bonus. That's big thumbs up. So some of the pros of this are the fact that it is brushless motors, a GPS drone, comes with its own camera. The Wi-Fi FPV actually worked really well, though fairly grainy because the quality of the camera probably just isn't really there. You can take that camera off, lose the FPV, and then fly with your own action camera. Video quality level is going to increase to however nice your action camera is.
But a lot of action cameras have their own app for like Wi-Fi signals too.
Yeah,
so.
But the downside to that is you're only going to get maybe, you know, half a football field of distance,
probably,
50
yeah.
yards, roughly. Tons of huge, really great features on this. The 3-cell LiPo battery, I love because I have about 5 or 6 more of these batteries because that's the size battery that I fly most of my planes on. Really a great flying drone. All of the telemetry on screen here tells you how high, how far it was. The speed was not working for us. It never did show me how fast it was going. Not really necessary, but the height and distance worked really well. And tons of indicators on the screen to let me know when I was in Circle Me mode, when I was returning to home. All kinds of telemetry, really nice.
Did we decide Circle Me didn't work because the battery?
I think so. I think so.
Yeah.
Though it probably would have worked about as good as the Follow Me if it did work. So kind of not. The real thing you would want to do with this drone is kind of like, you want a Phantom, you can't afford a Phantom, but you still want to get the Phantom-ish experience.
And if you have your own high quality action camera sitting around,
yes,
and you don't want to go spending money, extra money for a just as good of a camera as what you have,
yes,
then this would be perfect too.
I agree. This is summing up to be a very nice drone, to be very honest. Now,
Only thing that's really lacking is a gimbal, but other than that, it's awesome.
Sure, but for the price, you know, you're paying, you've got a budget here to not have the gimbal. One more positive thing, Abby's phone, iPhone 6s Plus in an OtterBox as a size reference, holding in there pretty well. I could probably intentionally make that fall out, but I don't need to do that. I'm surprised that it held it, so huge thumbs up there. I think that maybe some of the downsides to this drone, probably the fact that none of the buttons are labeled, so you're going to have to memorize everything on this. If you fly it a few times, It's going to become second nature. If you fly multiple things, you may always have to have the instructions at your side so you don't forget what the buttons do. Honestly, this was a really good drone. It really was. Personally, I'm very impressed by it. The price point is not bad either. I think that we will probably have a promo code in our video description box that should help knock a few dollars off this, and you might even be able to catch it on sale. We did, and that's why we picked it up. I'm very glad that we did. This is definitely one of the nicer drones that we've had on the channel in a while, and it's a very good budget GPS drone option. The really nice thing is you can put your own action camera on here. You know, remember I told you guys the Cheer was a great drone, and it was. It couldn't carry your GoPro. This one can. So I think that is probably one of the biggest selling points of this. It is a GPS drone with brushless motors that can carry your own GoPro, but has its own camera with Wi-Fi FPV. 2 huge thumbs up, guys. We'll have it linked in the description box below.
Be sure to subscribe so you can keep having RC fun with us.
And please do us a favor, turn on that notification bell. Check out our videos right when they come out. It definitely helps us and our channel grow. We are really trying to hit 100,000 subscribers. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.
Bye.